Hello YouTube, it is I, Banded Wendy. Merry Christmas. It's December 25th, 2011, and this is the last video, day 1, Christmas Day, in the 2011 12 Days of Christmas video series. And it's been a good run. I had a great time this year making these videos and watching all of you out there in the community who made videos also. Hopefully you saw my video from yesterday, Christmas Eve. It's been 3 years and 1 day now since I made the decision and that final choice to move forward with weight loss surgery. This video tonight, I like to call it, We Shall Not Fail. That means me and that means you. We shall not fail. I'm going to share with you some notes that I wrote back in July, and I'm also going to share with you an experience that happened to me back in July. It may be a repeat for some, it may be a first time for others. These words mean so much to me, and this journey means everything to me. So with that said, I debated, I've talked to my coworker CS about this. I could be the old lady down the street, which many of you like, and I think probably many of you hate. Or I could be the wonderful grandma down the street who always has milk and cookies for you, which is probably easier for most of you to understand and relate to. So I'm not sure where it's going to go, but for now, I'm the old grandmother down the street who's got the cookies and the milk, and I ask you to come in and sit down and join me, right? We shall not fail. Much of this may be a repeat to many. I should apologize. I'm going to be looking down a lot. I had a lot of notes. So maybe it's me reading a story. Right? We shall not fail. Much of this may be repeat for many. I keep getting the same questions, seeing the same struggles, and I personally was reminded this week that I will not fail, nor will you. My story. For the very first time in over 2 years, I felt a sense of failure. It was me being derailed and out of order, which I don't like. This summer, in July of 2011, I set out on a new adventure. That adventure was to become a triathlete, to train and complete my first triathlon. In the community, I've come to learn that there are a few who came before me who are amazing athletic people, and who are iron women and iron men and true triathletes. And I see now there's others coming up training for triathlons as well. And I just think it's so cool that we have among us people who are pushing boundaries and taking on adventures and challenges. And when I decided to do that, it was because I could, because I can. Why not? Test yourself, Wendy. Push yourself, Wendy. Ask for more, Wendy. So back in July, I didn't have a bike, right? And I had to raise the money to get the bike. And I had a training plan, and I'm a organized, in order, on route kind of person. And I like to check off the completion, and I like to stay on plan of the workouts when I'm working on a physical athletic challenge. I don't like to play catch up, and I feel guilty when I do. So that relates a lot to the world of weight loss surgery, even if you're not on the extreme end of athleticism in this journey. It relates to making a plan for our food, and executing that food, that water, the daily life of a weight loss surgery patient. So hopefully the majority of you understand and value how important it is to stay on track and not have that guilt. So back in July, I needed to get a bike, and I needed to follow a training plan, and I got the money, and then I had the support of my husband, and I was prepared to go get the bike, and I didn't really care too much about the bike as long as I got the freaking bike, because I had a training plan to stick to, and I was already 2 days into the training plan with no bike. And we went shopping for the bike, and we found a bike, but there might be a better bike somewhere else with a better price, and I couldn't even ride the freaking bike. I was in an alley in Santa Monica, I didn't even know how to get moving. I couldn't figure out how to ride a bike. It'd been so long. It was so frustrating. And then we ended up leaving a place where they had the bike that I could afford, and then we went to another place. Then we went to another place, and before you know it, the night is over and I don't have a bike. And then there's day 3 ahead of me that I hadn't had the training done. And I was so upset. And what happened to me was, it was not a good feeling. And what I did, I got angry. I pouted. I did not speak to my husband in the car because I was so mad at myself. And I had to work through that mental conversation for myself to tell myself that I'm not a failure. I felt like I had failed, and it was only day 2 of my triathlon training, and I had 8 weeks ahead of me, right? And I had to learn how to ride a bike all over again. So I kept creating solutions. Clearly I had moments of insanity, and my pocket peeps and my husband would support that I did have moments of insanity. But then I finally finalized the plan. I called and put a bike on hold. A really cool guy from another bike shop sent me someplace else, and the next day I executed the plan, and I had the bike, and I did double workouts to get back on track, right? So this stems from that experience of me feeling like a failure for the first time in over 2 years at that point in this journey. And that speaks to the mental work that we must do every day. And so these words that I'm going to share with you, I think, hold true to all of us. You got to pick yourself up. You got to push yourself. You got to practice patience, but not too much. The journey needs to be a bit uncomfortable. You will need to learn how to put yourself first. You will need to learn about food. You will need to know what you are eating. You will need to know why you are eating it. Why you need it. This is not a diet. Diets do not work for long. Do not deprive yourself. You will need to create a new relationship with food. Understand that food is fuel, and that food is not the enemy. Practice self-evaluation. Do it daily and weekly. And be proud of what you do well. Be willing to figure out how to get better in the places where you struggle. Realize that you may need to seek professional help, and get it. Be prepared to take on the challenging yet very important conversations with yourself and with those that create barriers for you and sabotage you. Be prepared to face fear. Beat it and recover. Get committed. Be committed. Stay committed. Realize that to reach your goal weight, it will either require serious, immediate lifestyle changes, a solid mental game, and hard work. or all of that and patience, plus renewed spirit daily. Be aware of why you got fat. What really caused you to be obese, to need weight loss surgery? When you figure that out, fix it. And know that that is your weakest point on the journey. Learn to respect yourself. Know that you deserve what you accept from you and from others. Realize that getting mad, self-hate, and repeating negative self-talk does nothing for you. Nothing matters before the but. Nothing matters before the but. I need to run today, but I have to take care of this first. I know I should eat protein first, but I really want this Snickers. Nothing matters before the but. The journey of truth. Acknowledge a problem and it equals possible change. Change is not easy. That is the journey of truth. When you can acknowledge a problem, then you realize it equals a possible change to correct the problem. Then you will find out and go through that change and learn it is not easy. Sugar creates destructive behavior. Sugar creates destructive eating. Pay attention. Pay very close attention to that. A mindset. I've said it before, I'm going to keep on saying it. This journey requires the strongest of minds. And to realize that each day is about progress, not perfection. Being perfect is overrated. Progressing is hard work and underestimated and appreciated by many. Look for non-scale victories that count. Those non-scale victories that count are the glue that holds this journey together. At 76 weeks in maintenance, those non-scale victories mean more to me than those scale victories. With that said, I'm wrapping up the 12 days of Christmas. And I thank you all so much. Thanks. And I look forward to sharing what goals I've accomplished in 2011 and what I have set out to do in 2012 with you real soon. And, 1 week left. And we're in 2012. Take care. Bye.